this issue of what development that's coming should look like. I mean, we're in a position in Minneapolis where builders are coming.
Yeah, I would call this the housing tension or the housing problem.
And personally, my position on this has changed. Like, I have gone from hey, we really do need to recognize some of the legitimate worries of incumbents who have bought their properties where they bought them, to now going, you know what, the problem's too big. This housing crisis is too big. People who are a lot younger than me, were me when I was 35 years ago, are getting hosed a lot worse, and it's going to get worse probably.
So it's definitely going to get worse.
So we need to do, well, you just never know. I mean, at some point...
that could be another bubble of some kind.
It could be a bubble, The
local economy could collapse.
I do worry that people, again, who are maybe younger than me or just less experienced, think that now that we're in relative good times for the city, it will always last. And I absolutely do not think that's true. All that said, it's unquestionable in my mind that we need to build more housing, and we need to build it all over the city. And I'll tell you another reason why we need to build it. I'm preaching to the converted, I know, Bill, is I'm 58. You know what? There aren't enough places in town for me to live in when I want to move into like sort of a group housing kind of a deal. And so we need to have more life cycle housing. Some of this housing that they're building for yuppies in their 20s could also work for me in my
I went to a party in one of those new Greenway apartment buildings the other day. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of like in some ways a retirement community in that they have like events. It's like, oh, the building's throwing a little beer get together for Halloween, and it's like, do you want to go and get your free beer? And then, that's just like it's kind of funny.
They're going to be converted. Like, mark my words, some of the condos of today or the apartments of today are going to be converted to senior housing. I don't think there's any question.
And that's not a bad thing. That's
it's a good thing. Yeah. It's a good thing. I tend to be for a lot more housing in the city, and not just in places where people aren't. That was kind of the old, maybe that was the zeros, the aughts kind of thinking that, well, we should put all this housing, where...
Yeah, by the Metrodome.
Yeah, exactly. And I just think I've come to the conclusion that the problem is worse than that.